Hey, ForexMilitia, this is Parsival coming to you from where I'm at. Hey, I've got the news that's coming up next week from, and this is the weekly outlook, the Forex maneuvers for the 10th through the 15th. And this right here is we've got the CPI, the core CPI coming up, the FOMC meeting minutes, unemployment change, unemployment rate from the Aussie, the PPI for the U.S. and the core retail sales from the U.S. from the USA. All right, so those are some big news that we need to look out for. As when trading, this is something that I haven't really done this in a while, but I am going to make the suggestion to you for your discretion for you when big news is basically about to come out, like the NFP, like the GDP, some of the FOMC, the rate decision. What you might want to do is you might want to lighten up on some of the positions that you basically already have on. So that's just a suggestion, just a little bit. You don't have to take the whole position out because maybe it might go in your favor, but you might want to lighten it up on those positions just a little bit when it's going into big news. This is big news, but this is not like NFP, like the rate decision for the U.S. dollar, like GDP, stuff like that. So this is more of the regular type of stuff. Now, it can move the market maybe 20, 30, maybe 40 pips, but the NFP, and the FOMC minutes, that's like 100 pips at a time. Okay, moving right along, let's go on to the analysis, the technical analysis, and the sentiment. Okay, on the dollar, I have this bullish. This is going up into 97.50. So basically on currencies that are denominated with or paired with the dollar, I have that going in that direction. I believe that's a decent trade. On the S&P 500, still bullish, still going long. We had some pullback coming in, but even with that, the market still is calling this as it's a bullish trade. It's going long. Let me see if I put any targets. Okay, I had another target for this coming down to about, what was it? About 4,000, but it doesn't look like it's gonna get there. So that's that. On gold, gold is basically in this wedge right now, but I believe it's going to be bearish. Now, I do believe that this will probably come back a little bit into this area up here. It might just touch it. It'll hit this upper trend line and then come back down because it is bearish. And I have a target coming down into most likely the 100-day moving average. I'm sorry, the 200-day moving average, and this support line down here. On Bitcoin, I had this going short. Okay, I was wrong. All right, it now, since Bitcoin on this broker basically trades on the weekend, you see it moving, it's going up, and it just broke through my super trend. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to place a recap in here of my wrong call. I called it wrong. And now, okay, Bitcoin is, I have a bearish outlook on Bitcoin. This last week it was actually pretty much bullish. It had a bullish tone to it, but my super trend is giving me a signal, and this one I'm going to follow as it being somewhat bearish. So far, it's It's at 48,000 today. This is I'm recording this on Saturday, and it's looking very bullish, but I have a bearish sentiment on this. Interestingly enough, sentiment though says it's long, but I'm gonna go with my discretion. I'm gonna call it and say that Bitcoin is going to be bearish. Once again, this is just a trade idea, so check your own charts to make sure that you have the same outlook as mine. Okay, oil. So, with this new analysis, this is most likely going long. Now, I'll have to wait and see if this actually breaks through this super trend, and I'll see that next week, and then I'll give you some targets. These were the targets that I believed it was going to hit coming downward, these two, but I'll give you some targets on the upside of where it might actually go to. Oil. This is still long, but we have all of this divergence from this area on. From this area on, you're getting bearish divergence, and it's getting lower and lower and lower. So the strength of this move is being whittled away, and most likely there'll be a bearish move back down into $65. Now that, that's my call. I'm gonna go ahead and mint that, and if I get it wrong, there'll be a recap and a reanalysis. Okay, on the loonie with oil is going to be very bullish. Now it's going up into it hit this area of 124.50, and it's basically coming back down after it hit this area of 618, which is the golden ratio, and then with the 618 we got some divergence on the stochastic, so that's coming back down. On the euro, I see this being very, very bearish and coming down into target of 114, 112, 112.82, and possibly a bit lower. So, and the sentiment on this is also short. On the pound I believe is also going to be short, but it'll be stronger than the euro. So I'll get to that in the coming pair. This is coming down to probably down to the 100, or in this area right here where there'll be some consolidation, some coiling. On the Geppy, this is going long. I believe that this right here in confluence with this right here is long, and I believe that the yen is going to be very short, and I believe it's going to go up into this area 155. Okay, on the dollar yen, once again the yen is going to be short, and this next week with the US market we're going into earnings, and I believe earnings will probably most likely be good, which the dollar yen runs in a bit of correlation with the S&P 500. So if the S&P 500 does good next week, then I do believe that the dollar yen will also do well going into next week. And as you can see on the sentiment is long. On the euro pound, this has the sentiment says short, but once again, as I said last week, this is bearish with bullish divergence. So that's the basic call on this one. As you can see, that's running down, this one is running up, and the pound looking like it's going to be stronger than the euro. And on the Aussie yen basically came down and hit this support area, and now it's going back up into the 50, the 100 moving average in this area right here that I blocked off, And most likely what I believe is it's going to hit this area and it's going to probably coil for a little bit, but it's going to come back down, and that will coincide with something that I marked off here, which is a market cycle for the Aussie Kiwi. I don't know if I said Euro. Sometimes I say Euro, but the Aussie Kiwi. Okay, Aussie Kiwi. So with that, that's about it. What I would like for you to do, I hope that you would like, comment, and subscribe. You would basically like this video if you like the content. You would comment, if you want to ask me any questions, or, give me some congratulations on my analysis. I would love that. And subscribe if you want to see more of this content. With that, I'm going to move over to my promo. I'm going to promote TradeMiner and SeasonX, and I'm going to give you a market cycle trade, a trade for the week that you can consider. These are trade ideas, and most of them have an accuracy of around 80 to 100%. So, for your consideration, here we go. Okay, so this is the TradeMiner currency trade of the week on the Kiwi Swissy, and it is from October 10th to October the 18th with an 80% win rate. And there you go. You can see over the last 8 years, it's 8 years, how it's done. It's going, the direction is bullish. Okay, and I'm going to just do this together. The TradeMiner stock of the week is bullish Broadcom. 11 years, 80%. That says 270 trading days, but really it's just 27 trading days. It's just from they have this to 2022, but I'm just going from October 13th to November 8th of this year. Okay, and like I said, for the last 8 years, 11 years, it's been up. It's been very, very profitable. So let's go to the charts and take a look at what we're talking about. Okay, so the Kiwi Swissy on my technical analysis, this is looking pretty decent for this to go bullish. I can, when it actually goes into this on the 11th, which is tomorrow for me, I'm doing this on Saturday. I'm going to basically go ahead and just take the trade. Technically, it looks good, and we'll see if the technical analysis is better than the blind trade. And then on Broadcom is also looking good, long. All right, and like I said, I'm just going to take it to November the 8th, and I'm going to, when the 13th comes, which is on Tuesday, I believe, Wednesday, I'm going to basically go ahead and take the trade, and we'll see what it actually does for the month. Okay, looking back, I took a trade on the pound CAD that actually went well, right? As you can see down here, I have I did this. Okay, this is the technical analysis where I put a target and it came out at $119.21, and on this this is the blind trade, just from the basically the market cycle, and it was from, I believe, let me see. Let's see. Okay. It was from September the 29th to October the 8th, and that net me $150.53. So that's pretty decent for that. You know, it's a swing trade. It's not a day trade. All right. The other one is Fluidigm. That Fluid Dime, which was the stock trade of the week, did pretty decently. So let me see if I can find that. The trade is not finished yet, and what I did not take it technically, but you can see, let me put this down, and you can see it's a short trade from September 22nd, so from here all the way to October 12th, which is Tuesday. So it did pretty decently. Now my target is right there, so I don't know if it'll hit this target right here, or it'll basically time out, right? It'll time out. So we'll see what basically happens. I would have taken the trade from here, okay, here to here, but the opening of the trade was from here and then down to there. So most likely it looks like the blind trade is going to be more profitable than my technical analysis trade. Okay, so I think that's going to do it for now. That's just a small recap of some of the trades that I basically took. And now there was a Hanover Rook trade, and that's flat. And there was the Geppy that actually was a trade, but I'm not going to go over that. I'll give you a look-see about what it basically did. And it started on the 7th, and it's going all the way until the, let me see, can I get that? Can you work for me, please? There we go, to December the 8th. So it's all bullish. I didn't take this trade. Maybe I will go over it, but for right now, I'm going to say knowledge is power. Be power hungry and power to the people. This is Parsival.